Oler here. A friend and I were talking recently about the things that we do every day, right? We're talking about how it's easy to get up in the morning, get ready for the day, go to work, come home, play with the kids, hang out with the wife, go to bed, and just kind of wake up the next day and kind of get in this autopilot mode. Wash, rinse, repeat. Although these things are great, it is wonderful to spend time with your kids. It is important to spend time with your kids. It is wonderful and important to spend time with your spouse. Of course it is. But we were talking, and I find that it's probably a fairly common occurrence among people kind of, I don't know, in their adult lives, kind of going through the ups and downs of life, that it's easy to go into autopilot mode. It made me think about this concept of what I want to call living life on purpose. When you live life on purpose, you are not a passive participant in your life. It's easy to get into this autopilot mode, right? As my friend and I sat there talking about this, we talked about all the things that we'd like to be doing. And I find that it's very easy to look at all these fun ideas and think, if only I had time for that. Someday I'll get around to that thing. And yet I have to imagine that there are a fair amount of people who all they did with life was they were passive participants, and they said, well, someday I will get to do those fun things. And the someday never came, and they died. That's a tragic thing to me. Now, of course, there are going to be things in your life that you want to do, but you don't have the resources for. I'd love to quit my day job some days and be a film director just because I think it'd be fun. Cool. I'm not going to quit my job for this. That would be unwise. I don't know what I'm doing when it comes to filming things. I've found that trying to consciously approach my day and think about the things that I'd like to get out of it, right? I'd like to get done that day. And not necessarily just in a to-do list kind of way, but in a way that you think, where am I going and what am I doing? What's my big picture view of what I'm doing right now? And if you're progressing in your career, cool. If you're working on a better relationship with family or extended family, sweet. Those are great things. For me, I want to figure out how to balance my time as a father and a husband and a day job computer software dude with creative pursuits like photography and cinematography. I'd like to direct and maybe star in some short films. As I go about all these different things and trying to balance them, I'm not getting it perfect. I'm certainly not pretending that I'm just nailing it and somehow I'm on some sort of Zen-like plateau of perfect enlightenment or something. That's not the case. I think that living life on purpose will be a lifelong pursuit for me. I get distracted easily, and it's hard for me to keep that consistent drive towards something. Sometimes the shiny element of a new hobby or whatever wears off, and sometimes it's because maybe the hobby wasn't that great. Sometimes maybe it's I've hit a point where I don't know exactly what to do. The frequency of these videos has kind of gone up and down as I've struggled with how do I keep creating? I've taken writing down in a small notebook ideas for videos, right? Ideas for short films, ideas for pictures, and whatever, right? I find that even though there are days where I can't get out and actually shoot film, I can't actually get out and record my creativity, that I'm still able to feel that drive and maintain it by putting even a tiny thought down on a piece of paper and saying, I'm gonna come back to this. I wanna encourage you to live life on purpose. Figure out what you really want. Don't be a passive participant in your life. You are at the helm. You are the person, you are the captain of your own ship. If you're not going to participate in making sure that your ship is at least pointed where you want it to head, who else is? No one else will ever be so as invested in making sure that you get the most out of life as you. Live life on purpose.